and welcome back to another episode of Rich Team Real Estate. I am Rob, and on this episode, we're going to talk about how to purchase your first investment property. Stay tuned, leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget to comment. Big up yourself and welcome to the Rich Team.
Hey guys, how you doing? I already know this is your boy Ben the Rich. I'm also a Jamaican dancehall artist and I'm also a real estate investor. I promised you guys in the last video that after you bought your first house, I'm gonna teach you how to use your first house like your primary residence to buy your first investment property. If you are excited, down in below, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions. We're always going to answer your questions, and turn on the notification bell so every time we post a video, you guys will be aware that we post a new video. I've been getting a lot of good feedbacks because a lot of people, been texting, because I told you, as you could see, there's going to be a number right below there on the bottom of the screen. If you have any questions about buying your first house, or if you already have your first house and you're trying to invest in real estate, like buy investment properties and stuff, text the number and you don't understand what you're doing or you don't know what to do, just text the number below right there, 561-355-9776, and we'll be able to help you with that. So let's jump right in. Okay, so you have your first house, but now you want to buy your investment property. So in the first video, I told you how to get your first house, the easiest way to buy your first house. If you missed that video, you could just click on the channel and you could go back and watch that video, and then you could come back and watch this video. And if you have any question about that video, you could also leave a comment. Okay, so number one, you bought your first house. A lot of people, you probably buy your first house 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So in your first house is a thing that goes up in value. Every year it goes up in value. It goes up. It could go up every quarter. It depends on what the market is doing. But 99.9% of the time, houses go up, they don't go down. So for instance, the last time I teach you guys about home equity line of credit. Who remember that? What is a home equity line of credit? Let me explain that again. So you could do, once you have you own your first property, you could take out a line of credit that's known as a home equity line of credit. So this is a line of credit against your primary resident. But don't worry about it, because a lot of people said, oh, we're going to have to pay the bill. I'm going to show you how you're going to let your investment property pay for your primary resident and also pay for the rental property. The goal is to start living for free. Once, that's financial freedom, is when you're living and you're living for free. So let me walk you through. So you take out a home equity line of credit. Let me explain what it is now. So a home equity line of credit is when you buy a house. I'm going to put it in the simplest terms. You buy a house for 100,000, just using simple numbers. You buy a house in 2005 for 100,000. Now it's 2024. So now your house is worth $1 million. So what they do is they calculate 75% of the difference between what you owe and what the house is worth. So let me show you. So they're going to minus 100,000 from 900,000, because now your house is worth $1 million, right? So they calculate it by what you owe minus what the house is worth times 75 or 80%, depends on the bank. So say you owe $1 million. Say you owe 100,000 and then you minus 100,000 from a million, because now the house is worth $1 million. So we minus 100,000 from it. We get 900,000, right? So you're gonna take that 900,000. I'm showing you how to calculate the equity in your house, the cash that's readily available to you. So you take the 900,000. So remember, it's what you owe minus what the house is worth now. So you take that now the house is worth $1 million, but you only owe 100,000. So you take that 100,000 and minus it from $1 million, and you get a 900,000, right? You're gonna multiply that 900,000 by 75%, because most banks is not giving you more than 75% of the equity that you have in your house. They always keep a percentage. We already know they use it, they invest it, they do whatever they want with it. But that's just their rule, so they could also use your money to invest your money. But when everybody's making money, everybody's happy. So we're not worried about that. All right. So now we're going to do the 900,000 times 75%. So now you have $675,000 that's available to you. That's a lot of money that you could use to invest. So once you do the calculation, that's how you calculate the equity that's in your house. Okay, now you know you have $675,000 working with. We're going to start looking for rental properties. My recommendation is you have to know the area and make sure that it makes sense. That's the first step. Real estate is 3 things: location, location, location. That's why you'll have a house, say in South Carolina or North Carolina, selling for $200,000, but that same house in Miami is $3 million, and that same house in New York is $10 million, and that same house in the Malibus is $15 million and $20 million. So real estate is all about location. So once you find the right location, it's time for you to invest. So once you pull the equity out of your house, you're going to make sure that the property you're buying, you're able to rent the property, so the property pays for itself, but it also pays you, and it also pays the home equity line of credit. So none of the money is coming from your pocket. So you have 2 types of debt. A lot of people are like, oh, but it's like a loan, it's going to be a debt. The beauty about home equity line of credit, you only pay on what you use. It's like a credit card. You know when you have a credit card? So you only pay on what you use. So if you say they give you $675,000 in a line of credit, and you only use 100,000, you're only paying back on the 100,000. So you're only paying back on the 100,000, right? Which is good. That's why I mostly recommend a home equity line of credit. So that's one way that you could pull the cash out of your house in order to invest in another property that's going to pay for itself, pay you, and pay back the home equity line of credit that you spent. So that's one way. So you have 2 types of debts I was explaining before. You have good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is like credit cards, car loans, you pay down on timeshares to take trips. Any debt that doesn't make you money is a bad debt. If you're not making any money from it, it's a bad debt. You have good debts, like mortgages is a good debt. You have good debt, like the same home equity line of credit, once you put it to good use and it's an investment. So anything you make money from, any debt that you make money from, it's a good debt. Another way that you could buy a house is called a refinance cash out. I was explaining that before. Let me explain again. So say you bought your house, same scenario, for 100,000. Now it's worth $1 million. You could do what is called a refinance cash out. So you could cash out the amount that you need in order to do the investment. So say there you have available $675,000 again in equity. You could cash it out, but the difference is you're not gonna pay as you go. You're gonna be paying on the entire amount because your mortgage is gonna be higher, so you're gonna pay a higher monthly mortgage. So if your mortgage used to be $2,000 and you do a refinance cash out, your mortgage probably go up to probably $2,300 or $2,400. It depends how much you take out, right? So once you do that, you could use that money again. It's a debt, but again, you have good debts and you have bad debt. You have to use that and you got to invest that. Once you invest it and the money is coming in and it's paying you, it's paying the mortgage, and it's paying for the asset you bought, that's also a good investment, and that's also a good debt. So that's the difference between good debt, bad debt. And that's how you could use your house, your primary house, to buy another house. And it's not hard, guys. And the good thing is, most of the investment properties you buy, you don't need any income docs. All you need is to make sure you have 15 to 20% to put down, because what you're going to do is they're going to calculate the rent. So say you bought a property for $100,000. I'm just using numbers that's easy to use. So say you bought a property for $100,000. Your mortgage is $1,000, right? You rent the property for $3,000. What you do is you use the mortgage on that property. When you rent it for $3,000, you use $1,000 to pay the mortgage for that property. You use the other, say you are paying an extra $300 on your mortgage that you wasn't paying before. You're gonna take the $300 from that $2,000 and you're gonna add that to your mortgage. So that investment is paying back that loan that you took off the house to buy the investment. And now you're walking away with $1,700 in your pocket personally. Don't be in a rush to pay off the houses. Don't be in a rush to pay off your house. And this is why I say that. The more cash you have readily available is the more opportunity that you could get. And once you could get those opportunities, you need cash to jump on a lot of these opportunities, because trust me, my biggest competitors are the Jews. Man, these guys have a ton load of money. And I have a lot of Jew friends, and that's how I learned the game, because the Jews are the master of real estate. Nobody can tell me anything. I have a couple Jew friends, and trust me, these guys put me onto some stuff that I didn't even know exists. So that's why I said, you know what? I have to educate my community and show them how to invest. I have to educate my community and, give them the knowledge that I'm getting. Because, in our community, you know what they teach us to do? They said, this is life and this is making it. And if anyone could relate, please type right now. Leave a comment in the comment section if you could relate with what I'm about to say right now. Growing up, this is what we thought making it was, especially if you're from Jamaica. You got to go to primary school. You got to go to high school. Then you got to go to college. After you leave college, then you got to buy a house. After you buy a house, you buy a nice car. You pay the mortgage. You pay the car note. You take vacation 2 times a year. You retire when you're 66 and you live the good life. That's a good life that they preach to us ever since we were born. But that's not real living. By the time I'm 66 and I retire, God promised us 70 or 75 years? You're telling me I'm going to work all my life so I could retire when I'm 66, when I want to go to bed by 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock. I can't do anything. I can't hang out. I can't do anything at 66. I get tired and I'm not bashing anyone that's 66. You know, my dad is up in that age. My mom and them in their 60s too. I'm just speaking facts, and this is the truth. That's what they taught us to do. You know what they need to be teaching in college? They need to let you know what credit score. They need to teach you what is an investment. They need to teach you bad and good investment. They need to teach us about good debts and bad debts. They need to teach us to be bosses instead of being workers. All our life, they taught us to be workers. I'm looking in the camera, I'm telling you guys this. And it's the biggest mistake there. It's not a mistake. They know what they're doing. Because that's how you keep control. But to be honest with you, that they're not teaching us the right thing in school. If I knew what I knew now, and I'm not discouraging anyone from going to college because entrepreneurship is not for everyone. I work 24 hours a day, 8 days a week. The reason why I say 8 days a week because I need an extra day. You have tenants calling all the time. I have my guys that work under my construction company calling all the time. And I could go down the long list. I have to be dealing with realtors. I have to deal with banks. Plus, you have to balance your family life. So it's a lot that comes with entrepreneurship and being a boss. But it's not for everyone. If you're not disciplined and if you're not consistent, do not come into real estate. And I told you when I started this program, I said to you guys, I am going to be very real and I'm going to be authentic and I'm going to be real organic. I'm not here to sell you dreams because I don't want to see you fail. I am here to give you the truth that I live. All of this process that I'm telling you about, this is stuff that I have done personally myself and they work. I will never come on here and speak to you guys about something that I never did myself. You will never see that happen because I'm the guinea pig. And once I test the experiment, then I come here and I give you guys the knowledge. And I hope you guys are appreciating it. I'll take a break in the video to let you guys know, please like. I want you to share. I want you to subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you guys are here to see it. So again, I don't know, I'm deviating from the topic a little bit because I want to speak to someone today. I want to speak to someone that you know, and the number is here, 561-355-9776. Scared money don't make no money. The bigger the risk is the bigger the reward. A lot of people is scared to work for themselves or to be entrepreneurs because they're saying, oh, what if I failed? What if it doesn't work? But my question, I never ask myself, what if I fail? I'm an optimist. I never ask myself, what if it doesn't work? You know what I ask myself? What if it works? Myself, what if it doesn't work? You know what I ask myself? What if it worked? What if the first deal what if the first flip I did, I made 100K? You know the next thing I ask myself? What if the second flip I did, I'm a millionaire? You know what the next thing I ask myself? Am I gonna be the first billionaire in my family? Those are the questions I look in the mirror and I ask myself. And one thing that I bestowed on myself, and I'm challenging you to do this, I do not want to be on my deathbed regretting that I didn't try something that I wanted to try in life. So that's why I become an entrepreneur. And that's why I said, look, I have one life to live. I didn't come here with anything. If I leave here with $1, that's a profit. Because when I came in this world, I didn't come in this world with anything. So if you feel, and entrepreneurs, the real bosses and the real entrepreneurs, you could know. Let me tell you how you know. When you go to your job, you know why your boss fight against you? And I've been through that. I used to work in the bank industry, which is one of the worst industries to work in. I'm sorry. It's just my experience and it's the truth. It's a dog-eat-dog industry. It's about who you know, not what you know. And it's about who is friends and who is buddy with who. And It's very hard to climb in the corporate industry when you look like me. And that's just the truth. But we're not here to talk about that. That's just another experience that I had. So I'm just speaking to someone. I say that, and I told you, I'm speaking based on my experience. And I'm speaking to someone. If you're on your job right now, your boss is bothering you. They're fighting against you. Sometimes that's God telling you, like, look, you're not a worker, you're a boss. And sometimes when you don't want to move, God use your boss to move you. And once your boss move you, your whole life change. Einstein says, is a crazy person that do the same thing every day and expect a different result. I changed the topic completely. I know I explained to you how to acquire your first real estate property, but I'm just giving you guys some life knowledge now. Einstein says, is a dumb person do the same thing every day and expect a different result. And Einstein was deemed a genius. So if you get up every day and you go to your 9 to 5, and you go to your 9 to 5 every day, and they pay you $50,000 every year, and they pay you $100,000 every year, and they pay you $200,000 every year you're going to live the same life if you do not invest that money and try to get out of the system. You got to try to get out of the matrix. The matrix was set up to keep you controlled. And if you don't understand what the matrix is, it's a system that was set up to control the environment. So we use a paycheck to control you. So we're saying, hey, you go to work every week, we're going to give you $1,000. That's $4,000 for the month. Oh, so what the 9 to 5 start dictating is, a 9 to 5 dictates what type of car you could afford to drive. Your job dictates where you can afford to live. Your job dictates the type of food you can eat. Your job dictates the type of people that you could afford to be around. Your job dictates how many times of year you take vacation, and the long list goes on. But if you're working a 9 to 5 right now, I'm going to tell you how to get out. This is the secret. Stay tuned. Hold on. Ready for the secret? If you're ready for the secret, like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you want to know the secret of getting out of your 9 to 5, watch the next video. I will drop that video this week, and I'm going to help you to get to be financially free and get you to financial freedom. My name is Ben the Rich. This is the Rich Team Real Estate Podcast, where we are real and we are authentic. My brother Roger and I came up with the idea of starting this channel to help people. And as I said before, everyone and anyone could learn from this and be helped by what we're doing. So stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, and the secret to get out of a 9 to 5, meaning that boss that been bothering you, you know that you're giving your all, but they just can't see your value because they choose not to. I'm going to give you the formula within a year to get out of your 9 to 5. If you want to learn how to get out of your 9 to 5, become your own boss and do your own thing, watch the next video and stay tuned. God bless. I'm Ben the Rich. My brother is Roger, aka Rob. And this is the Rich Team Real Estate. Stay tuned, guys, for the next video. God bless you. I love you guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe.
And there you have it, people. For more information or for clarification, contact the number on the screen below. Remember, for the newcomers, welcome once more. God bless. Leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget to share.
I got too much money, bro.